Ayan. Hey guys, so this will be my Jesmon profile. For those of you who are interested to play Jesmon, you can base your profile on my decklist so you have an idea on how to build your Jesmon. So, my Jesmon build recently won the Super Tamer battle. So I guess it's a consistent deck for me. So for Digitamas, we're just gonna run 4 Greymons. I'm only running 4 Digitamas simply because I just want consistency, as well as you're not really gonna use all of your Digitamas, so your 5th Digitama is not really needed. So going on to your rookies, this is the most important rookie for me since the BT10 meta, if you're gonna play in BT10 meta, or even in the EX-03 meta, the Shoutman cross is really prevalent, so this would be your best counter for them. These are Solar Mons from the Jesmon ST. So I'm running 3. I would love to run 4, but I really don't have enough space for my deck list since I'll be running tons of Sister Mons. So I'm only gonna run 3 Solar Mons. This would be your bread and butter against your Shoutmon cross opponents. Next card are the promo Hawkmons. So this would probably be the hardest card to get among all of the cards on my deck list. So if you're, just in case you're not yet, the promo Hawkmons is not available on your country or you don't have any means to get them, you can substitute these into ST Hawkmons. I'd rather run the ST Hawkmons because I don't really want the BT7 Hawkmons, because the BT7 Hawkmons, yes, you can get your Sister Mons, but at the same time, it would actually put your key cards at the bottom of your deck. Like for example, maybe your Crimson Blazes or even your Jesmons. So I'm running promo Hawkmons, or if you don't have them, you can run the ST Jesmon Hawkmons. Okay, last on my rookie list, I have the 4 copies of Hawkmons from BT06. So this is quite standard because this is your main searcher for your deck. Jesmon is a really bricky deck, so as much searcher as you can put on your deck, the better you have chances of more consistency on your deck. So yeah, 4 copies of the rookie BT06 Hawkmon. Okay, now we're moving on to the level 4s. We have 4 copies of the new ST. Well, in the US, in the EN, these are new. So these are the ST Bao Hawkmons. This is quite simple. I chose this because I don't have really any Bao Hawkmons available on other sets. So this and the BT06, which I also have on my deck list, these 2 are the only Bao Hawkmons you can run currently at the available card pool on Digimon TCG. So these 2 are your best choice for level 4s. Okay, now we're moving on to level 5s. So first, these are really strong level 5s. For me, actually, this is most of the times this is better than your restricted Saber Hawkman from BT06. So these are the new ST Saber Hawkman. So what this card does is, whenever your Jesmon attacks, especially the new Jesmon, it has Blitz, you can special call a Sister Mon either from your hand or your trash. So this is really effective because number 1, most of your Sister Mons can actually draw you or serves as additional searcher for your deck, which makes your deck more consistent. At the same time, it puts more pressure in the field against your opponent. So this is a really good Saber Hawkmon, printed only on the ST from Jesmon. Okay, next on the level 5 list, we have the Saber Hawkmon R1. So this Saber Hawkmon is really OP on some matchups. That's why it was restricted to 1. So I was really hoping we could run more, but since we have the restriction, we can only run the 1 copy of Saber Hawkmon. Okay, last on the level 5 list, these are really strong, versatile cards. You can use it actually, most of the decks you can use this card, which is Chimeramon. So Chimeramon adds versatility to your deck because as you can see, we only run 8 Bao Hawkmons because that's the only available number of Bao Hawkmons that we can run. With Chimeramon, we can actually even digivolve our Sister Mons into Chimeramon, so we can count the Sister Mon level 4s as regular level 4s because of Chimeramon. So Chimeramon is really good as well if, for example, your opponent is swarming you with small Digimons like 1 to 2 KDP. Chimeramon can easily board wipe your opponent's field because most colors your Chimeramon can get is 2 colors, red and white. So your opponent's Digimon gets -2 KDP. So Chimeramon, really versatile card. Okay, moving on to our hard hitters, we have the 3 copies of the ST Jesmon. So this ST Jesmon, this is a really good card. This is better than the BT-061 because it has Blitz. So yes, you can only call Sister Mons from your hand, unlike the old Jesmon, which also calls from your trash. But with this Jesmon, even if your opponent chokes you to 1 or 2 memory, you can still attack because this one has Blitz. So this Jesmon, really good for putting more pressure on your opponent, and it really combos well with your other Sister Mons, which we will discuss later on the video. Okay, next on the list, we have 3 copies of the Jesmon X. This is from BT10. So Jesmon X, this serves as your buff for your Digimons, because when you Digivolve your Jesmon, or actually any level 5s as well, into Jesmon X, you can special call a Sistermon. And if you special call a Sistermon from your hand or trash, you can, all of your Digimon gets plus 3k DP, as well as you can attack unsuspended Digimon. So this is mostly your board wipe mechanic for this deck. So running 3 is really important. Also, it kind of gives you gives you more DP against the Crimson Blaze, because your level 4 Sistermons are 5k DP. So if you Digivolve into your Jesmon X, your Sistermon CL or Noir gets plus 2k DP. So they're now 7k, and Crimson Blaze can only delete 6k or below Digimon. So Jesmon X, really versatile card, good for swarming, good for board wipe. It does it all. The only problem with this is after you Digivolve, it's basically useless after that. So you have to be kind of careful when you are going to Digivolve into your Jesmon X. Okay, next on our list, we have the tech card. This is kind of like a tech card. This is Ganko X. So this is mostly used whenever you Digivolve into your Jesmon GX. So what Ganko X does is on Digivolve, you can special, just like Jesmon X, you can special call a Sistermon, as well as all of your Digimon gets plus 2k DP. The only difference is that if your Jesmon X can attack unsuspended Digimon, your Ganko X gives you immunity to bounce effects as well as negative DP effects. So if you want, if you are going to attack for the win and you are kind of wary against, let's say, Sunrise Buster or Grandel Sol, Ganko X is a really good card to counter those removals. Okay, now we're moving on to our level 7. We have 2 copies of Jesmon GX. So Jesmon GX, his effect is on Digivolve. You can place a 13 cost or below Royal Knight from your hand or your trash into the bottom of your evolution source. And then Jesmon GX will inherit its evolution effects. So the usual play would be Jesmon GX, and then put either your Ganko X or your Jesmon X at the bottom of your evolution source, so that you can call more Sistermons on the field, as well as you can inherit either the evasion effect of Ganko X or the attack unsuspended of Jesmon X. So Jesmon GX, it's not always that you're gonna Digivolve into your Jesmon GX because you're gonna give your opponent too much memory. This is more like a finisher for me. So be careful on when you have to really practice on when to Digivolve into your Jesmon GX or just Digivolve into your Jesmon X. You have to be really careful with that. Okay, last on our level 7s, we have 1 copy of Dexmon. So Dexmon, nothing much to say about Dexmon. It's just a meta changer.
His other name is Top Deckmon.
This is a really meta changer because I consider Dexmon as an option card. It's not really a Digimon card for me because it is a removal. It is a removal for most of the decks. So Dexmon, I put Dexmon on my deck list simply because I want to counter Hydramon slash Bluebird archetypes. If you're playing the BT10 meta, it's okay not to play Dexmon because Hydramon will be released on EX-03. But if you're now at EX-03 meta, Dexmon is one of your best friends if you're against Hydramon. Okay, now we're moving on to our Sistermons. So,
My favorite.
first, we have 2 copies of the OG Sistermon Blank. This is the BT-061, so this gives all your Sistermon blockers. This is your first line of defense against aggressive decks, because all of your Sistermon gains blocker if if you have a Royal Nut or a Hawkmon on the field, as well as Sistermon Blank. So Jesmon is not only an aggressive deck. Thanks to Sistermon Blank, it can also be a really good defensive deck because you can farm your opponents with tons of Sistermon. And then if you have Sistermon Blank, all of those Sistermons have defense. All of those Sistermons have blockers. So defense and offense is the game of Jesmon. Okay, next on our list, we have the new Sistermon Blanks from the ST deck. So this is really important on, let's say, matchups against Crossheart. Because this Sistermon's effect is whenever you have a Royal Knight or Hawkmon on the field, this one has red or black decoy. So what your usual play would be, you're gonna play your buff Solarmon. It has plus 2 KDP, so it's now at 5k. It is still susceptible to Crimson Blazes. So having this Sistermon to decoy your Solarmon is a really good anti-X-Cross strategy. So not as a bonus, whenever you play your Sistermon Blank from ST, you can just discard one card from your hand and draw 2 cards. So you can dig deep onto your deck list if ever you are having problems with your aggression line. Okay, moving on to our Sistermons, we have 2 copies of the OG BTO6 Sistermon Noir. If you're playing on the E end, this is Sistermon CL, because US. Okay, so what this does is I included 2 of these for counters against Sunrise Busters, because during your opponent's turn, your Jesmon is only 12k most of the time. So they only need 4 Tamers to Sunrise Buster your Jesmon. So having at least one of these on your field will require more Tamers on your opponent's side so that they can destroy your Jesmon with Sunrise Buster. So yeah, there's a really good buff for Jesmon. Sistermon Wares. Next one is the ST copy of the Sistermon Wire. I'm not sure if this is gonna be Sistermon CL as well in the end, but this is the ST copy for Sistermon Wire. This is more for Searcher for your Hawkmon line. As I've said before, the only problem that we're gonna have with Jesmon is breaking hard. If you're gonna break hard with Jesmon, there's such little chances of you to catch up. So having more Searchers on the deck would really help a lot. As a bonus, you can actually give your Royal Knight or Hawkmon line reboot. So if you're digivolving into your Jesmon GX, if you guys don't know, Jesmon GX actually has blocker. You can reboot it and you have a 20k blocker on the field. It's kinda hard to remove. Last copies of our Sistermon, we got 2 copies of Sistermon CL. So Sistermon CL, this is really useful in combo with the on-attacking or on-evolution of your Jesmons, because on play, you can actually digivolve your Jesmon into the next level, like for example, Jesmon X or Jesmon GX, even though it already, the memory counter already swung on your opponent's side, because this is an on-play effect. So Sistermon CL, it's simply just to turbo digivolve your Digimons. Okay, now we're moving on to the last part of the video. We have the option cards. So first we have the 3 copies of the Master Disciple. So this is from the ST. This is an additional Searcher. So as you can see, we have tons of Searcher with this deck. And what's great about this card is that unlike the Memory Boost, which doesn't really give much whenever it is security check, this one has a security effect. So even though if this gets security checked, you can still search for your Hawkmons or your Sistermons on the top 3 of your deck. So yeah, Master Disciple, really good card. Run 3. If I can run 4, I would run 4, but as I've said before, we have such limited space with Jesmon decks because of the Sistermons. So yeah, only run 3. Okay, last one is the 2 copies of Crimson Blaze. On the BT10 meta, I didn't run any Crimson Blaze. I'm more on the offensive side. But with the Hydramon from EX-03, you can't really outswarm Hydramon. Even if you board wipe them with your Jesmon X, they're just gonna swarm you again on their turn. It's really strong, Hydramon. Watch out, guys, for Hydramon decks. So Crimson Blaze, it prevents not only it board wipes your opponent, it prevents your opponent as well to special call any Digimon, so that they can freely call they're vegetation Digimon, so they're gonna, most of the time they're just gonna pass turn, so that your Cohen effect will be removed on the next turn. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching our deck profile for Jesmon. I hope you guys learned a lot from this simple deck profile. If you wanna build Jesmon, I highly recommend it on the BT10 meta. If you're at EX-03 meta, it's kind of hard against Examon. Luckily, I haven't really fought much Examon on the tournament, so I'm just really lucky most of the time. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.